Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the Morning, 15 minutes to change your life. The last installment of Ata the Tzava. It's right in time for Gimmel Tammuz. This shir is sponsored by many beautiful people. First of all, sponsored by Eliana and Chananyah Duthie, for shleimah, for Menachem, Yisroel, Noach, Ben, Eliana, Avivah, and then also sponsored by Anonymous, Leilu, Nishmas, Shneur, Zalman, Ben, Yosef, Moshe, and also by Anonymous for good news, and by Esther Malka for completing this video for shleimah, for Nissim, haKohen, Ben, Matilde. And everyone should have everything they need, but Gashas Haruchnius should be only good. Okay, so we're going to finish it up. There's a lot we could discuss and a lot we can get into, but we'll just we'll go. I'll tell you a quick story. Basically, I was listening, whatever, Farain from Shishtav. Anyone heard it? It was a very good, nice Farain. And one of the things he was saying was he was at a Sheva Brachos of his cousin. I wasn't Lubavitch. He was in the Karbach Shul in Manhattan. So he's there, and he's like the only Lubavitch in this Sheva Brachos. And a guy comes to him and he says, Lubavitch, yeah? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, I was by Yichus by the Rebbe. So he goes, no, Zog, tell me what happened. It's always, as a Lubavitch, you want to hear the stories. So he said, I used to go on business, I was like in the 60s or something, to Jamaica. So when I was there, I would see like the Jewish community. It was a very, very small community. And I'd go check out what's going on. And when I come back from business, I'd come to New York. So I'd go, I'd have Yichus and I'd update him about what's going on. So Sheistar asked him a very interesting question, a very good question. He was like, I don't understand something. You're not Lubavitch. What made you think? Why would you think to go to the Rebbe? Out of all things to do, you see what's going on, and you say, let me go tell the Rebbe what's going on. He asked him, why'd you go to the Rebbe? So he said, the guy looked at him like I don't understand your question. So he goes, I went to the Rebbe because the Rebbe cares. He goes, who else cares? Like, I have this information that I want to share with someone, that someone should know what's going on, and who's going to know? Who's someone that could that cares about it? The Rebbe. And ultimately, Sheistab was saying, which is exactly what we're saying in the Maimon, that's a munah the Rebbe had, and that was passing on to us, is ultimately, especially now after Gimmel Tammuz, we don't see the Rebbe Gashmias. We don't have that type of thing, just to put it on the Rebbe's shoulders to care about. Ultimately, it's up to us to have that care. And this is what we're saying in the Maimon. This is the ultimate point in the Maimon. We have to be Rebbeim. We have to be the Rebbe in our own world, in our own reality, in our own lives. Just like the Rebbe cared. And there's many more stories like this. So too with us, we have to be those people, and that's essentially what we're saying. That even though there's galus and galus can push us to do all these good things, we have to make our own. Making our own is that it becomes our problem. We learn enough, and through internalizing the messages that the Rebbe gives us, the Chassidus, and through the videos and through the ringings that we have, that causes us to have this connection. So let's try to summarize the pasuk and understand through everything we've talked about. So in the pasuk, we say, "Ata the tzavas b'nei Yisroel," you should command. The first one we explained, we said, what does it mean that you should command? So we explained that it means that you should connect, that it's really Moshe connecting the Jewish people with Hashem. That's Ata the tzava. It's b'nei Yisroel. V'yikrei lecha, they should bring to Moshe. And as we explained in the Maimah, what does it mean to bring to Moshe? It means Moshe, like I said in the beginning, that Moshe is just like the head and we are the feet. We can carry Moshe to where he himself can go. But even deeper, but later on in the Maimon, we really went to the depth of it, which means that it's specifically through us reaching our potential and us having that ability to bring out that etzem neshama the way it is, not etzem neshama mitzad the giloyim, like we said, like mazloy chazi, not the level of neshama that's because you have a mazal that sees, but because it's essentially who you are. That adds to Moshe. That's after the top of Moshe. We bring to Moshe. Shem and Zayis, Zach, Kasis. So we say, what does it mean? Kasis being crushed, and it's through being crushed, not just what is explained in the Maimon, not just the fact that we're crushed in the time of Galus, like in the times of Mordechai, or like we explained later on in the Maimon, like in the times of the communist Russia, but even the fact that we're crushed, that this crash can also mean just from the fact that you're in Galus. That's what we said, Kas Lamar. And then we said, what does it mean, Lamar? To illuminate, means to reach the Mar, that through being crushed, or reach the luminary, reach that essence of Anashama, which that's what we're achieving through being crushed. And on a deeper level, we said it's not just being crushed from something outside of us, like Communist Russia, which would be like Mazlei Chazi, but we crushed from the factory in Galus, and we just make it on ourselves, even though we have practically what we need. That's Kasis Lamar, that's Lamar. Lala is Ner Tamid, and we said, what does it mean? Lala is Ner Tamid. There should be a constant light. Because if it's Davar Neisa, if it's something external, not essentially who you are, if it's like the Mazlei Chazi, if it's like coming from something outside of you, you're bothered, but it's coming from the fact that you're in communist Russia, or there's oppression. So that's Evad Baker. But Ner Tamid is that because you reach the essence of your neshama, and that essence is expressed within you, not just on a high level sometimes, but it's permeated you. Then when that essence of neshama is permeated within you, so then it's Ner Tamid. Then it comes to the light of the neshama is one with who you are in your reality. It's not like I'm davening down, I'm all inspired, and then I go back to work and I'm all not inspired, but they all become connected. And ultimately, this is the story of the pasuk. And ultimately, this is our job. And this is what I was going to finish up saying, like we sort of went to yesterday. And ultimately, this is up to us. That we have to make this our own. We have to learn, and we have to be crushed. We have to work on it. And it doesn't mean, we have to make sure we say to ourselves that this is in my ability. That's what the Rebbe said to us very clearly. He said, the fact that the Alter Rebbe said, I only want you, Dich Alein, only the Eibishter, and the fact that the Tzal Tzaddik revealed that to us and made it and publicized it because of the fact that we can all do this. And the Rebbe is saying that we can do this. So first we have to realize we can. We have to say to ourselves what steps can we take. Slow steps in the right direction. Let's see. Beis Yud Beis. Behold, the simple meaning of the pasuk. You shall command and connect the Jewish people. Or the simple meaning that you should command the Jewish people and they should bring to you who. What does it simply mean? Moshe is commanding in the simple shot of the pasuk. Moshe is commanding the Jewish people to bring to him. For this is understood. Also, not just in the physical thing, in the simple shot of the pasuk that Moshe is commanding us and we should bring to Moshe, but on a deeper level, is that Moshe connects us with the Ein Sof, who in a way it's that Moshe is giving us the ability also on giving to him. And should bring to Moshe. Moshe is giving us the tools that we can make it our own, that we can add to Moshe. And similarly, so too with the Moshe of our generation. The Rebbe says, the Frierdiker Rebbe, Admar, Nisterenu, my Adonenu Marinu Rabbeinu, the Nasi of the generation. That his avodah was le'erer, to reveal, ulegalos, to arouse, ulegalos, and to reveal as a emunah shebechol echad misol of every single Jew. Shemitad etzam neshama. That's not just the revelation of the soul as it is inside seichel, as we can prove it to you, and not on the level of the neshama as it is on the higher level, which is mazlei chazi, but on the depth of the etzam neshama. And even like we said before in the Mayim, there's two levels in the etzam neshama. We're talking about the depth of the etzam neshama, and that's what the Rebbe is trying to do. And in a way, that after he reveals this to you, we will do the avodah with our own ability, meaning he's giving us that ability to do it. And he's revealing to us, and he's saying, you can do this. Come, watch, learn, internalize. But ultimately, it has to be ours. We have to take that. That's like you learn a good shir, and it's like, oh, it was a geschmack. If you don't sit there and go over it yourself, it'll never make it yours. It can even inspire you and even make you do good things. But if you don't learn it yourself, it's not yours. And that's what they're saying. It has to become yours. I gave you everything. You just have to read it, learn it, internalize it, rinse and repeat. You near Talmud until will be a light, a constant lamp. That once you have a near Talmud, once you reach this level, to them there's no shneur, there's no changes. It's a constant thing. Like the light is constantly lit. So it's with ourselves, that connection, that oneness, that fusion that we have with with the infinite, with etzem of who we are, that is being revealed, will be constantly revealed. Add al yidei zen through this zeich mi merit b'kav mamish spili nowadays like geula mitzvah shleima to the true and ultimate complete geula. That through our avodah, Mashiach doesn't come because the Rebbe takes us out of Golus. Mashiach comes because of our avodah. And this is what the Rebbe is saying. Al yidei zeh through us doing avodah, making it b'koyach atzmam, making it our own. Because mamish lagula, it brings us speedily to the Mashiach. Sha'az then yeh gili lekus gam mitzad. Then the revelation of godliness will be also from here. In this world, we'll see the revelation of godliness. And then will be Havas Hashem will bring the menorah, the oil to the menorah, Vadlakas and Neris, and lighting the menorah, the Pashtus. V'koy should bring to you Shemin, like we said in the Apostle. Lalos Netamim, they should light it constantly. Gam Begashmis, Beis HaMikdash with the third Beis HaMikdash. Bagul HaMitzvah Shleima with the redemption that's true and complete. Al Yidei Mashiach Tzidkenu through Mashiach, our Redeemer, the Karev Mamish, speaking nowadays, Amen. Beautiful, beautiful, wild. So again, what we're saying is ultimately Mashiach is an outcome of our avodah. The Rebbe's job is to give us all the tools that we need to make it our own. And what is the definition of making it our own? Is that we're bothered. That the fact that the Mashiach on here bothers us. Not because someone else, not because the Rebbe said it bothers him, so it should bother me. It's like the famous story that after the Chav Ches Nissim Sikha, the famous Sikha, the Rebbe said that I've done all I can to Mashiach, now it's up to you, which is similar to what we're saying here. Afterwards, the Chassidim were like a little shocked, to say the least. The Rebbe is saying, I'm giving up, so to speak. That wasn't what he was saying, but that's how they like heard it. Like, they said, I've done all I can. He said, everything is Hevel V'Larek. He's worthless because Mashiach not here. We didn't achieve the goal. And after the Rebbe said the Sikha and he started getting $1, so people started singing, we want Mashiach now, we want Mashiach now. And the Rebbe said to someone, one of the Chassidim walked past, he said, I can't remember the Lashon. He said basically like, they didn't get it. Because even that, when they sang we want Mashiach now, they weren't singing we want Mashiach now because they want Mashiach now. They sang we want Mashiach now, but they feel bad for the Rebbe, that the Rebbe feels bad that Mashiach hasn't come yet. And this is the problem. And this is what our job is up to us to do. To work on ourselves and to make Chassidus real in our lives and to learn it and to think about it, to live it. And to work and to finish off with a practical takeaway. If that all wasn't practical enough, I heard a story from the same Faranian that was something that I've thought about before, and his explanation, Sheish Tab talked the story, and it was pretty wild. You can listen to it. It was the Faranian they had in 5 Downs this Monday. So he said there's a forensic scientist, like he works for the police station in San Francisco. And unfortunately, in San Francisco, there's people that jump San Francisco Bridge. And according to law, they have to figure out what was the cause of death. Like we know that he fell, but what happened? What was the circumstance that caused it? So this guy does this all day. Like this is his job. So it's a pretty morbid job. And he said, one time, what happened like shocked me, it like shook me to the core. Basically, what happened was, so the guy passed away, unfortunately, and he goes tracing back the steps to see what led him to this point. And so he finds the house, he finds his wallet, he finds where he lives, and he looks around, he sees the place, and looks like regular, the same thing. And he sees a note, which is very common. You see that a lot. And he goes reads the note. And the note says that if someone, I'm walking now to jump off the bridge. If on the way someone will say hello to me, I won't jump. And that guy, he said he was like shook him to the core. And it's an important lesson. And this is what the Rebbe, this is one of the main points we're saying with the Rebbe. Like the Rebbe cares about the Jews in Jamaica. It's the same part that we don't realize what impact we can have just by saying hello to someone and how important it is and how important it is to care. We have to care about that. When you see a Yid in the street, you have to care about them. To see how can I help this person? What can I do for them? And this is what we're meant to be doing. And we should all internalize the messages of this Maimon, and we should have a good Gimmel Tammuz, and it shouldn't have to be Gimmel Tammuz the way it is fast, but the way it is back in the old days, all the good things that happened in Gimmel Tammuz. And the Mitzvah Hashem very soon will for bringing Mashiach. Thank you very much for joining.